So today we're back out here on the corral project and we're gonna put in our last section of fence. It's gonna go from the loading chute that we just built. It's gonna come over here to this fixed knot fence that we put in earlier, about a month ago. And that's finally gonna close in this pine tree area behind me. It's gonna be kind of a small holding pen for livestock. So we are going to incorporate a fence line feeder in this fence line as we built it. So we're going to have some round posts, and then the fence line feeder is going to have square posts. But we're going to go ahead and I think we've got like 5 more holes to punch in the ground and get the posts in, and then we can finally start building this fence. So I need 8-foot increments from there. That's where one's gonna go.
Back up a little more. Okay. Okay.
Down?
Yeah.
You're not doing anything, is it? Get through this top layer. I think it'll drill through that. Try again.
Okay.
Making powder. It's going sideways.
Let's go.
There's a root in that one.
Yeah, that's what I said. Remember if you drilled it, I said there's a big root at the top of that.
Yeah, I need to go get an axe. Oh, hit the string.
As long as you don't hit your wife.
So yesterday, Rebecca and I, we got in all of the posts along this fence line, total of 7 posts. The very last 2 are 6x6 timbers that are 12 foot long. And that's gonna be one side of our fence line hay feeder. And we'll cut those down to the proper height later. But putting in these fence posts is definitely, I think, the worst part of this job. This is the part at least I hate the most. I hate sitting there tamping these in. I'm pretty worn out by the time it's over. I'd rather have put, instead of putting these wooden posts in, I'd rather just put in some pipe posts and drive them in with my driver on the tractor. But what I have on hand, I need every bit of that for the pasture to finish the pasture fencing. And I looked, I couldn't find any more for sale close by. I would have had to drove to Kentucky to get some more pipe. So instead, wooden posts are readily available, so I ended up just buying wooden posts, and we're going to do a 4-board fence on here instead. So we're going to go ahead and start getting this built out.
We're going to put it on the top.
Yep. We're going to put it at the top of the post. Okay. You see your line?
Yeah.
Yeah? Are you on the line?
Looks like it, I think. Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So you can see that our wooden post is set about a foot away from our metal post. I really didn't want to drill a hole in the ground and somehow disturb the post on this brace. And to get the fences to somewhat connect, I guess, or to come together, we're just overlapping our board, and overlapping this pipe. And there only ends up being about a room for my fingers to fit through on this other side. So this is going to work, I think, perfectly for what we're doing. I had to think about how should I connect a pipe fence to a wood fence, and I think this was kind of the simplest solution, and this is what we're going with. Hold on, just wait. You don't have to back up. I can lift it up. Okay, yours? You're on it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right there.
Right there?
Yeah.
Right there?
Yeah.
So we ended up stopping so that we could run a couple errands today. I ran to the feed mill. I used the tractor to unload 1,000 pounds worth of feed. I just got it all unloaded and put away, and I was driving up here onto the driveway, and the post hole digger just snapped right off the back of the tractor. Where it attaches to the top link pin, it just snapped right off. So you can see right here is where there's supposed to be a pin where it attaches to the tractor. And you can see that it's actually steel right here. The other half of it's still pinned in there. So let me see if I can get this out of here. And there we go. There's the other half that just snapped off. And you see how that looks, I don't know, looks grainy. That to me looks like a piece of cast iron. Like it's not probably steel. And it was supposed to be somewhere up here. Like that. So now I need to make a new end piece for the post hole digger at some point in time. So I find that it's crazy. I can just drive around and stuff breaks. Rebecca was saying that it's good that it didn't break while we were digging the holes. It waited till after we got done digging the post holes before it snapped off. I think the ground's uneven, so this post hole digger just kind of swung left to right, and I think that force must have been what snapped the end of it off. I'm not for sure. But now I can't really pull forward, or else this is going to slowly lay down on the ground. I'm going to have to just start taking it apart and try to get it off the tractor. Just don't kick this or the whole thing might fall on the ground.
Yeah. Grass right here.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and pull forward, I think, and see if we can get to lay down. There we go. Well, at least it broke next to the workshop.
Yeah.
Where we're gonna have to fix it. If you can.
You don't need it.
I'm trying to get that pin out of there. No, I'm sorry, this big pin out of there.
Oh.
That one. Yep, that's the one. All right, this is the broke part. All right, the post hole diggers off the tractor we got sitting in front of the workshop over there. So I'll probably fix that in a different video. Right now we gotta go back and try to finish the corral fence over there. All right, we got all the boards put on the fence here. You can see how it finished out against this post. I'm thinking about just putting a 2x8 vertical right there and just make that completely solid in that corner. But I don't have an extra one to do that right now. But so far, I think this has turned out perfect. So the next thing we're gonna do to this fence is we are gonna put a hog panel here on the back, and that is gonna cover up this opening here. It'll cover up a little bit more of the bottom, and it'll cover up about half of that opening, and that'll be enough to keep the animals, the smaller like the sheep, from being able to crawl out, or a dog to be able to crawl in. So I've got some hog panels over here. We're gonna cut them down and we're gonna staple them on. This is gonna be a tight one. So last night we got all of the cattle panels put on the fence. We also put cattle panels along the loading chute as well. So all of the fencing here along this side of the barn and over there is complete now. We just need a gate to go in this spot right here. And that gate is for the hay feeder that we're gonna build later. I'll be able to open up that gate, and then I can put a round bale inside to feed the livestock, and then I can close it up. I won't have to get inside of the pasture at all to be able to feed them in the winter time. And then the plan is to take this gravel area right here, we're gonna take and we're gonna extend this gravel. We're gonna put gravel down all the way over to this new fence we put down. And then when we get in here and use the loading chute, or when we put bales in the bale feeder, we've got nice gravel. We don't have to rut everything up in the wintertime. I think it's gonna work out pretty good. Well, I welded a hog panel to this gate this morning. I'll paint it after I get this hung. I found one of our screws, I think. Oh, I may have hit one of the nails.
Oh.
I'm gonna go a little lower, I guess. Oh, not gonna work. There we go. Look good there.
It's level to me. Looks perfectly level.
It almost comes to the chute, not quite, but swings open enough to put a hay bale in. All right, the gate's all painted now. I really just needed to paint the welds to keep them from rusting, but I just painted the entire thing to make it look like it was a factory gate, like it was originally made this way. But this area now is secure, so we can open this back up to the livestock, and then we can probably move the ewes over here, and we can split this front pasture so that half the livestock are grazing the north half of the field and the other half are grazing the south part of the field, and we can try to maximize the use of all this forage we have out here.
They're watching intently.
All right, we're bringing the ewes across the road. We got our ropes across the driveway to keep them in. So now the ewes, they can graze over here where we set up this temporary area the other day. And the rest of the livestock are up there on the north side, and there's a separation between them. They're not sharing the same electric fence line. So there's actually an electric fence here, and then there's another electric fence down there. So they're separated by a little bit of distance, so we don't have to worry about the ram trying to get to them.
Teaching it how to chase and hunt mice. Oh, watch out, chicken. You want to play?
So you guys might have caught this earlier in the video in the background. We've got a new ride here on the property. This is a Polaris 500 Ranger, and this is going to be our new little utility vehicle to drive around the property. So this side-by-side was my parents, and they had decided to buy a bigger Ranger, the 1000. It's got like closed-in doors, it's got air conditioning, I think it can hold 3 people. And it's definitely a bigger machine than this one. And they asked us if we were interested in this one, and me and Rebecca had actually been talking about it. I had been looking on Facebook Marketplace for a side-by-side, so this ended up working out fairly well. So we ended up getting this off of my parents, and I know it's very well taken care of. I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with the Polaris Ranger. It's a utility version side-by-side. It holds 2 people. It has the little truck bed on the back that tilts. It can hold, I think, 500 pounds in the back of the bed here. So I think this is gonna work out perfect for us. I did a lot of walking. I would walk back and forth to the barn, back and forth to the front barn to do the chores and just to do daily tasks, check on the animals. I probably got at least a mile in every day around here walking. Some days probably 2. I mean, that's not a bad thing, but anytime I needed a tool, then I'd have to come back, grab the truck or the tractor, throw your tools in it, and then drive it down there. And now that I have this, I want to get it set up with a toolbox and most of my everyday tools in here, the common tools, and just basically have it ready to go. So if there's anything that needs done, I can just drive it out, take care of most farm repairs or everyday tasks. And I think that's just going to make life a little bit easier. Anyway, I just wanted to show you our new ride. It'll probably show up in most videos now because I'm assuming this will be my daily transportation for most of the farm chores and the projects that I work on around here. And I'm sure we'll find out or come up with several uses for it, because this is small enough that I can get this into the woods and be able to get to places that I can't get everywhere with the tractor, right? So at least I can get this into some smaller spots as well. So I'm sure it'll definitely come in handy. But anyway, I think that's it for this video. Hope you guys have a great day. I'll see you in the next one.